emails. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. It's good to see you here. We'll play one more music while we wait for more people to join. We'll be starting in about 5 minutes. We'll play like 2 music before we go on, okay? Thank you for joining. Tell us from where you're joining, where you're watching from. I said good evening, good afternoon, good morning, from whatever part of the world you are joining from. It's good to have you here on this Widow to Warrior live YouTube channel. Welcome to Widow to Warrior. You are watching The Heart of Showing Up, the part 2 in the part 4 series about grief and relationship. We'll listen to the music, let the chats keep coming in. We'll listen to the music, let the chats keep coming in. Thank you for Victor. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Jesus. We'll change the song now to another English song. We'll change the song now. While we are still waiting, Bra Victor, thank you for joining in from Kogi State. We'll give it like another 3 minutes on the dot of 10 past. We would start. Like I said, it's a time to show up, to learn together, to have a conversation on how we show up for people in the journey of loss. Grief is universal, but the way everybody responds to grief, the way everybody handle grief differs. And understanding that in the journey of grief, relationship gets affected is important. It's a point we do not discuss, but I think it's high time we identify that not just the immediate family gets affected, not just the closer friends, but the community, the work colleague, the faith members, the community, neighbors, friends, in-laws, even the children in the relationship, and even the bereaved himself or herself is affected with grief. And how we support one another, how we show up for the bereaved is really, really important. That is why we are having this conversation. The part one, we have looked at the ripple effect. The video is on YouTube. It's a 2, 3 minutes video if you want to listen to it about the ripples of how relationship are affected when someone loses something, or loses a situation that they are grieving about. Showing up is not about having the perfect words, it's about having the courage to remain present. It's about letting the bereaved know that someone there understands them when they are grieving. We'll listen to this last song while we wait for more people to join. Thank you, Bra Victor. Thank you for other people who have joined. Thank you. You went to Calvary. You died and rose again. All for me. You said it is finished. Oh, now I sing. Now I sing. You went to Calvary, gave your very best. You died and rose again, all for me. You said it's finished. Oh, now I see. Now I see. You one time you went to Calvary. You went to Calvary. Gave the very best. You died and rose again. All for me. So we'll continue. I said we'll start on the dot of 10 past. It's a short live, but it's just to bring people on to share their story, to share their experiences. How do we show up for someone in the journey of loss? When is being there enough? What do you say? When do you know the right time to call? Showing up for somebody in the journey of loss is what we are discussing tonight. It's an act. It's something we need to understand how to do. Remember, the topic is the art of showing up. When you want to show up so that the person who seems blocked in, who seems not interested in attending to anybody or anything at the minute, will feel that at least He or she has got somebody present. How do we show up? How do we show up? How do we show up for somebody? It's an act. Have you ever supported anybody through grief? If you are there and you want to make an input, please let's put an input in the chat box. It's our conversation tonight. Remember, we're sharing stories, we're sharing experiences. We want to contribute and learn from one another in this series. Have you shown up for anybody? What did you find difficult? Let's start with this first question. Have you supported someone through grief? What did you find difficult? What did you find difficult through that phase that that person is going through? Either a friend, a church member, a work colleague, a neighbor, a family member, a friend, or a relative. What did you find difficult in your position? Please let's put an answer in the chat box. Thank you. I'm watching for an answer. Thank you. Just to put an input, do you talk about the person they lost or you avoid the subject of grief? Okay. Somebody's trying to make a contribution. Do you talk about the person they have lost? How do you show up beyond saying I'm sorry? Couple of times, oh, I'm sorry for your loss, brother. I'm sorry we heard about my condolence. Please accept my sincere condolence on your loss. Oh, it is well. How do we go beyond saying we are sorry for your loss? If you have supported, thank you for making an input. If you have supported somebody in the journey of grief, what do you find difficult? I would respond to all these questions in a minute, but I just wanted an input. I'm just going to check if the links are working because someone just sent a message now. Please bear with me, please. While we are thinking about the answer to the second question. Thank you. Just gonna get this. Showing up is the beginning of healing for anybody that is grieving. What something someone did for you during any difficult time. There are a couple of our sisters who are supposed to be online. That's why I put that question that they'll never forget. A couple of our widowed sisters who's promised to join. That's why I put the question. But it seems as if people are not responding to that. I will put this other question. Checking up on me and speaking words to me. Thank you for that contribution. Something that someone did for you during a difficult season that you never forget. Thank you for that contribution. Thank you. Speaking up in this conversation is something I appreciate. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for responding. Checking on you. You wouldn't know what that means to somebody in the journey of loss. You can check on somebody physically. You can check on somebody by sending a text. You can check on somebody by even asking somebody close to them to say, how are you? How are you doing? Even if they don't pick their call. Oh, tell your mommy we asked after you. Tell auntie I asked after her. That's checking on somebody. And that person feels, oh, So she's concerned about me. Oh, so he's showing love. Please, let's be there as a community, as a church family, as a family. Please let us check on people in the journey of loss. Our work colleagues. It makes a lot of difference in anybody's grief journey. Showing up. How do we show up? Showing up with your presence. Showing up with your presence. Showing up with your presence. Sometimes it's really difficult, but simply letting somebody know you are there makes a lot of difference to them. Letting them know that you are there, it makes a lot of difference to them in the journey of loss. Your presence is part of showing up. Compassion is part of showing up. Love is part of showing up. When they have children who are there and they themselves do not have time to even attend to the children because they are grieving, and you opt to show love to their children, to look out for them, to show some love, to give that space of time. Some people lose somebody and they need that space of time, taking time to either take their children away from them or be with them even in the house so that they can have enough time to even rest, to reflect, or to grieve is a show of love. Even bringing food to them or encouraging them to eat at that time when they don't even feel like eating, when a meal is not an option at that point in time, is a show of compassion. And even showing understanding is a way of showing up to them. If you have a friend that is grieving and you are not judging them and you are not making them feel, oh, because they didn't respond to you, they've offended you, you are actually showing up for them. When people are either complaining as well about them and you are standing in for them to say, oh, you don't know what they are going through, you are showing up for somebody. Boundaries as well is a way of showing up. At that point in time when someone is grieving, when you respect their boundaries, it's really a way of showing up for them. You show up at work when you respect people's boundaries, when you are at work with a colleague and they don't even want to talk about their private matters, or when they are in church and they have come, you don't know, maybe that time they came to church was just a time to worship God. It was just a time of respite for them to come out of the space of their house. And the next thing is getting overwhelmed with so many questions. Boundaries, knowing people's boundaries, respecting the fact that the early days of grief could be tough. There's no even season that is not tough for anybody that have lost somebody, but after the funeral, respecting their boundaries when they don't want to attend to guests is a way of showing up for them. As a family, as a work colleague, as a faith partner, as neighbors, as friends, we can show up for people by listening. Some people just want you to listen to them. They are grieving. They could be talking to the wall. Ask them the same thing they are talking about in the next 30 minutes or 1 hour. Or in a year's time, tell them you said this. They will tell you, really, did I say something like that? It was because at that time they just wanted to be listened to. Don't interrupt them. Oh, why did this happen to me? Why could it be me? Why is God just showing that you are listening? Is a way of showing up for them. Is a way of showing up for them. The other way we can show up for people is wisdom. Wisdom is profitable to direct. Use discretion and be wise. When they are saying things, you know what to respond to. When they are when they are sharing some deep things, or when you have opportunity to be exposed to a family, things you don't even know about them, but in the journey of their grief, when you're comforting them, you tend to hear a lot about people close to them, about what happened, respecting their boundaries, not making their stories talk of the town. Wisdom in even relating to them afterwards when you know beyond what you are supposed to know about them. Wisdom, wisdom, compassion, putting yourself in their shoes. Some people, they've not grieved anybody, so they don't know what it feels like to wear that shoe. But showing empathy, showing love. I know in Africa, when they said they grieve people, they have people who mourn, who stay outside crying. People sit out there, sit for days, trying to wail, to weep, to create a mood that is solemn, that is referential. So even if somebody is coming with any happy mood, you will get there and you will realize that that's not the time for that, even if the person is in a good mood, because they are trying to ensure that you reference that moment, you respect that season that the bereaved is. Thank you for your contribution. I read, I have not experienced losing anyone close to me, so I don't know how they feel. And so I avoid talking about grief. Yes, grief. You avoid talking about it. Yeah. A lot of people avoid talking about it. Thank you for being sincere. A lot of people want to say, oh, it is well, especially if you are people of faith. It is well. Um, it is well. God bless you. Because you are short of words. You just don't know what to say. But the fact that they feel that you've turned up for them, you've shown up at the funeral, you've shown up days after, you've sent them messages. Yes, you can say simple words beyond I'm sorry with your presence. You are showing up for them. With compassion, you're showing up for that person. Let's show up. The art of showing up is a skill. I've just put the second question. Do you think people disappear from grieving people? Do you think people disappear from grieving people's life because they don't care or because they don't know what to say? Somebody said active listening is to show up, especially when an individual is grieving. Thank you for that contribution. Active listening. Active listening. Do you want to expatiate on that? Active listening. What you mean by active listening? I know I've mentioned listening, but I didn't include active listening. Is it just nodding when they are saying something just to confirm that you are there? Okay. All right. All right. Even if you're not talking, but you're actively letting them know that you are there with them. Sister Efemena, please can you just expatiate on that? Active listening. The art of showing up. The art of showing up. Okay, active listening is key, is a way to show up, especially when an individual is grieving. Thank you for that. I have a question, I put it again. Do you think people disappear from grieving people's life because they don't care or because they don't know what to say? Like Bra Victor said, because he's not lost somebody close to him, so he might not know words. Does it mean when he doesn't follow up or visit or call, does it mean they don't? Is it because he doesn't know what to say? We can learn this thing. We can ask question. We can learn it. What is one thing you wish more that people understand about grief? Even though you've not grieved somebody, we talk about grief as a loss of something, a lot of something, a loss of an opportunity. Each time I talk about grief, I know it's widow to warrior, but I always refer to the fact that people lose things, people lose situation and opportunity that we grieve over, that we cry over, that we talk about consistently, that we are not letting go. Things that have been part of you, opportunity that you have entered. How do you in that situation show for somebody who's probably lost a business that he's invested million into? He will grieve over it, he will mourn over it. Somebody has put millions of naira, of pounds into an investment. God forbid, if those things get devoured and they lose it, they would they would they would grieve over it. If someone has lost someone close to them, how do we support them? What do you think you wish more people will understand about grief? Let's put an answer in the chat group. Okay, so active listening is showing the individual that you understand their plight via your body language. Thank you. Your gestures, like nodding the head, looking straight in their eyes, and repeating their words. Thank you. That's really important. Nodding your head, gestures, and repeating their words. It just shows that they are heard. And I think in the journey of grief, what you want people to understand is you are there. Your presence, you are there. Showing up is not about having the perfect word. It's about having the courage to remain present for whoever is grieving the loss of somebody, the loss of something, the loss of opportunity, at that point in which they are grieving. Thank you for that contribution. So, Brother Victor, even if you have somebody that loses somebody and you are there, I hope you have learned just your gesture, just responding or repeating their words to them is another way to show. It's not about getting it right. Let me just put that right. Showing up is not about getting it right. You don't even know what to say sometimes. Sometimes you even have words. You get there, you see a situation, and you are like, you have come to say it is well. And you see somebody putting themselves on the floor, crying. Some people end up crying with them. Some people will just sit down. Some people will just, it's not getting it right, but just showing up with your presence, showing up with love, showing up with wisdom, showing up with compassion, showing up with understanding, showing up with your boundaries. It's really important. Thank you. The last question I ask is, what is one thing you wish more people understand about grief? Let's put it in the question. I know it's a short life program we have tonight. What is one thing you wish people understand about grief? For those of us online, please let's put it there. Sometimes all we need to do is to just sit with somebody grieving or stand with them. Stand with them in prayer. Stand with them in prayer. Pray for strength. Pray for grace. Pray for enablement to go through that phase. Let them know you don't have to go through this alone. It's reassuring enough that they know that, okay, even if it's 2 months down the line, even if it's 1 week down the line, even if it's tomorrow that they need something, they have somebody that have told me I can show up for you. Let them be reminded that you can show up for them. It's an act of love. How do we know when to speak? How do we know when to listen? How do we know when it's enough? Showing up is an art that we need to learn. I want you to remember one thing. You don't have to fix somebody's grief to show that you support them. You do not have to fix, let me type that. You do not have to fix somebody's grief to show that you support them. You do not need the perfect words. You do not need the perfect answer. You do not have to have the right words to show that you are showing up. Your presence makes a lot of difference to them at that point in time. Please let us learn to be there for our people. Let us learn to be there for somebody in the journey of loss. Let us learn to support somebody, someone, a group, an individual, a family member, a friend, a work colleague, a faith colleague, being a Muslim, being a Christian, that we know has lost somebody. All you need to do is check in. Sometimes all you need to do is listen. Sometimes all you need to do is remember them. Remember them in prayers. Remember them with a test. Remember them with a show of love. Remember the children. Thank you, Efemina. One thing I wish people understand about grief is that each individual have their unique way of grieving. Thank you so much. We should be respected and not judged. You just put the words out of my mouth. Respect is another way of showing up. Respect the way people grieve. Some people, they don't like to be a pity party. They won't show up in public crying or looking like, I don't look like what I go through. But when they go to their house, when to get to their immediate family, they are down. They make up, they go to the doctors, they put up appearances, they come to church. Respect the way they want to grieve. Oh, it's a month already and you're already doing this. Oh my God. It's a month already, you are back to work. Please do not let's judge people. Oh, and it's a year already and you are still crying over it. It's 3 years and you are still repeating the same thing. You are still here. Please let us not judge people. Everybody has their own unique way of grieving, which should be respected and not judged. Simply being there, simply staying with them, simply checking in. It's a way to show that we support people in the journey of loss. It's an act. Help where you can. Respect people's boundaries. We are in a community, we are in an age in which everybody wants have their privacy and wants their privacy respected. If people say, this is where I want to undo my grief, this is the way I want to mourn my person, this is the way I want you to interfere in my family matter, please let us respect their boundaries. Let us respect their privacy. Some people have children and they don't want everybody to have access to them at that point in time. Please let us respect them. The fact that you've been a close family friend for God knows when. At that point in time, if they don't want you near them or near their children, please let us respect their boundaries. Let us respect their boundaries. Let us respect their boundaries. We got a few more minutes. I don't know if we want to drop our question in the chat as well, so that whoever comes on this forum at any point in time as well will be able to read the chat contribution. If you have any contribution except the question that I've asked that I've prompted those answers, please put it in the chat group, please. Please don't let's forget people that are close to us when everybody has moved on. God has put you in that person's life for a reason. God have allowed you to be in somebody's journey for a reason. Wherever and whenever you find yourself in anybody's life, please know that it's for a reason. We are all sojourners in this life. And the people that we meet on our way up or on our way down, on the middle of our journey, there is a reason God has placed them in our life. Please let us know that if you are in somebody's life at the time in which they are grieving, please let's make an impact with your prayers, with wisdom, with respect, with the love we show, with compassion, with your presence. Let us show care. Let us show concern. When everybody has moved on, you might be that one person that will wait. You might be that person that will be with them, that they will be able to say, you stood with me. And years to come, you will be in their journey. You will be in their memory. I can tell you, I remember a couple of people up to today who stayed with me. I have friends who will be on their way from work and just sit. Not because they don't have anything to do, but consistently. I feel at least I know this person will call me at 7. Oh, and thank God for technology from different parts of the world. I know that, oh, there's a friend of mine that passed on of blessed memory. I know that he will call me at so time, American time, when he wakes up to check on me. So I know that afternoon, and he did that for years. I mean, for years. His wake up time, I guess maybe after having his quiet time, is to test or to call, talk by how are you? He does that, he did that for years. And that's helped our relationship. May the Lord bless his soul too. But he did that, he stood in the journey of my life. Even my children, they know and respect him because he stood as a friend in need. Not just him, there are few people as well that stood. And I can practically say, up till tomorrow, we still relate because they are part of my story in the journey. So the impact you play in people's life today, God knows tomorrow. We only know now. Please, let's make positive impact in our community, in our groups. Some groups, once they post, oh, I have a secondary group, secondary old students group. Someone will post the dad died, the mom died, the uncle died. Those are forums these days that people use to communicate their losses. Even if it's taken up upon yourself to say the next 7 days, I put a reminder on my phone to text this person every morning, to say hi, how are you? To say the children. Oh, how is it? Or even when you learn about the burial ceremony, to check how is the plan? Or after the funeral, how are you doing? The funeral is only a day. When others are moved on, please don't forget them. Please don't forget them when everyone has moved on. After the funeral, people go to their corners and think, okay, we don't want to disturb them. They have their own life. Please, let's show up. Showing up is not just saying I'm here. Please. It's learning how to be truly there. Today, we have talked about how to be truly there for somebody. How to be truly there for somebody in the journey of loss. With our presence, with compassion, with love, with wisdom, with respect, with boundaries, with prayers. I pray that God will help us as we make up our mind. Because I'm a person of faith, that's why I'm saying I pray that God will help us. Because everything we do, sometimes we have a will, but life circumstance and situation might not even allow you yourself to be able to do what you intend to do. But we can do everything by the help of God. He's the one that helps us to do what we want to do. Because sometimes I'll call this person in the evening. Oh, I'll show up. I'll visit them this weekend. But if you yourself have things that comes your way that limits you, then you might be limited with what you can do. But I pray that as we have the will, as we have encouraged one another to show up for each other, and as we have the will, the enablement to be able to do it, I pray that God will give us in Jesus' name. Showing up is not just saying I'm here. It's about learning to be truly there. To be truly there. So somebody put a question there. How do we communicate to someone? I see and BFN 8. Sorry, I don't know the name, but I recognize you. Thank you for putting that question. People grieve differently. Yes, we should support them. Thank you. We should support them. And the ways to support them are the ways we have discussed and shared amongst us tonight. How do we communicate to someone who doesn't want to talk about it? That is it. Who doesn't want to talk about it? So over time, that answer will evolve because maybe they are in a season. How do we communicate? By being present. Showing up is not just saying I'm here. It's learning how to do it. How to do it is a skill. It's just still showing up in your presence. When that person knows that this person is still here for me, this person is showing up. You are breaking the iceberg gradually. You are breaking the walls with your presence. You are breaking the walls by the act of love. Oh, today with the test. Even if they are not responding, we are all human beings. They might be in the face. It might take weeks, it might take days. To some people, it even took years for them. That's why I said we should respect everybody's way of grieving. They will still come to terms and acknowledge. And maybe they are the kind of person who does not even want to see anything, they will let them be. Okay. I am from Life for Widows. Auntie Han, thank you for joining. Life for Widows is a group that I am part of. In my journey of grief, I joined this group to an auntie that introduced me to Life for Widows. It's been years now, and the amazing support from this group, I can only testify of the amazing love, physical support, financial support, counseling, social opportunity, networking opportunity that have benefited from this group. And that raises the point again to say if you cannot meet the need of that person who is grieving, you might be able to signpost them to resources that they need. I had the opportunity of joining Life for Widows through a sister in our church who knew I wasn't talking about my grief and had a family member who had lost somebody. And she knows that that person is a member of this group. And all she said to me was one day, and I believe it was God that knew at that point in time, I needed to break out of my shell. And she just called me and said, "Okay, do you want to try this support group?" The amazing thing I've heard through this group, through someone that I know, I think it will help you and it will benefit you in parenting your children. I left it for a long time, I must confess. I didn't reach out to the contact for a while, I must admit. But later I did. And gradually, it took a while. I was silent in the group for a very long time. But reading about people's experiences, reading about what people's comments in the group, over time I begin to engage in life for widows. Then it led to me attending the breakfast meeting that they have. Once in a while, they gather together to have a breakfast meeting. And it led to one thing or the other. It led to being part of the group. And from there, it's a group in which some people that have even moved on in remarriage, they are still there encouraging and mentoring new widows. The programs that is hosted is reaching out to just not new widows, people that have been there for a long time, experienced. So networking, signposting people to resources available might be another way to show support to somebody. But if you don't know, you don't know. Because it's not just a group like this. It might just be a resource that you find in your doctor's practice. It might just be an information you read online. It might just be a music that you know will help to lift their soul. It might just be a book that you read. You are sharing resources. Somebody posted a book to me months after. Reading it alone helped me to heal a little bit because then I was hungry with God. But the title of the book, I left it for a while and I knew it was not just intentional to just leave it in an open place. But each day I look at the title of this book, I hiss. But one day I picked it up, and from looking at the preface, then I opened the book and I read a chapter and another chapter, and I began to discover from people's experiences that some things happen you cannot question. And I began to get some answers. So signposting to resources can help. Showing up isn't just saying I'm here. It's learning how to truly be there. Part of being there is what we have shared tonight. I will be coming to the end of this session. I've already said we will not exceed 45 minutes. I want to sincerely appreciate you for coming up tonight for me, for even showing up for me on this program. You're showing up to be on the Widow to Warrior channel to talk about how we can support people. To anybody who listens to this afterwards, I want you to know that your presence in a bereaved person's life is not by accident. You are there for a purpose. You are there to make a difference. Showing up for them when colleagues at work are talking at their back, when they leave the group and they had to go to the toilet for long and they are there, maybe crying. Standing up for them in a meeting when you see that they are not concentrating, they are losing focus, or in a church community that is either big or small and they feel lost. Hi, before and after church might make a difference. Paying attention to their children, asking how they are doing, you are showing up for them. Care, compassion. Please, let's show love. Whatever we do to the least of our brethren, we are representing God in their life. God will not come down from heaven to do all this, but He has positioned us in people's life to make a difference. I want to say thank you to everyone that have joined. I want to say thank you for joining this session. It's a part 2 of a part 3 series. And next week, we will continue. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe to YouTube channel if you have not subscribed. Please share the link to people. This program is going to be on live as well. Let's share with people as well so that they can forward what we have shared in the 30 minutes of this program tonight, or they can listen to it in their own time. It stays online here. Thank you for joining. I remain yours, Temitope, the author of Widow to Warrior book. It's available on Amazon, it's available on Seller, it's available on Selfany. The audio copy is available as well. We can download the audio copy. As we download the audio copy, we can also get the grief journal that helps anybody to grieve. We can tell people about it. It might help somebody. You can get it. I have physical copies of these books as well that can be posted within Nigeria and within the UK and Republic of Ireland. Also, you can listen to a lot of clips or reels on the YouTube channel or on our WhatsApp channel. And if you want to join the Widow to Warrior group as well, please, you can reach out to me. We will continue in the part 3 next week and we'll have a conversation. Finally, can I ask you for a favor? 20th of August is an important day to me. I will be having a early morning worship, 30 minutes of singing and hymns on the 20th of August. Please, can I ask that you join me? It's a day to let you know it's a remembrance day as well for me. I want to spend the first 30 minutes of your time that morning. If you can join me between 6 and 6:30 to have an early morning worship, to thank God who has been the sustainer and the vision giver of Widow to Warrior. Thank you for joining tonight, and I would see you again on this channel. Thank you. Have a lovely evening.